have arrived.
What's going on, guys? Today we are back with another video. We are out here on the ice right now doing some ice fishing. We are in the Eskimo and we're catching some fish. But what I wanted to do a video on today is kind of a recap of some recent outings of catching crappies in very shallow water and a lot of these big weed areas, right? A lot of the crappie content out there, and probably the bite that most guys are fishing in the winter for crappies are these suspended basin bites. And what I mean by that is you have a deep water basin where fish are somewhere 15, 20, 25 feet down, and you're seeing a lot of them on the graph when they're all schooled up, right? Well, the bites we're fishing today and yesterday morning are these very shallow weed related bites. And a lot of times these fish are tougher to get on. They exist in some different systems, and a lot of times they could be some of the biggest crappies in your area can be living on these kind of systems, or on these kind of bodies of water, and these kind of spots, and can be caught on these kind of bites. So that's what we're going to talk about today, basically how you find these fish. Hopefully we catch a few good ones, and yeah, should be a good time. So yeah, we're going to get to it. We're going to do a little bit of fishing this morning. It's me, we got Shelby right here, and Cameron outside. So stay tuned. Hopefully we catch some fish, and let's do it. Oh, I'm marking. Oh my gosh. Oh. Hooked up.
Right
Fish
on.
on. Right away, dude. We just got set up. It feels big. Oh my gosh. Oh yes, it's a crappie. No way. Doubled up, dude. I'm gonna pull your deucer. Oh, you lost him right at the hole.
Right at the hole.
Look at this one, guys. This is not the biggest crappie we are gonna catch, but it is a nice one. Look at that one right there. That's probably about a 12 and a half, I would say. And we just doubled up for a second. Hopefully the lighting's all right. But look at that one there. That's exactly what we're after. Big, tall, northern Wisco crappies right there. We're gonna let that one go because there's just a mad school somewhere working these weeds, and we don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, I don't think you could have overcorrected over here.
Camera crappie coming in. He's gonna smoke me. Hooked up, fish on.
Want to pull the deucer?
Not super big. Oh, he's taking drag though, right at the hole. Oh, all right. Fish on. Right there. Not a straight up stud. What a pretty good one right there. Just smoked that little Acme Google Eye tungsten right there. Just a little plastic on there, and you guys saw how aggressive that fish was. Just marked him and zoop, just a vapor trail right up to the bait. That's what I'm talking about. It's probably another one just shy of 12, I'd say. We'll take them like that, let them go, because we need to catch more. Crappies in the weeds are so much fun when they're like this. A lot of times it's an early morning, late in the day type of thing on these real clear systems. He's too big to even turn himself around. There he goes. And time is of the essence, especially when it's these real windowy bites. And oh my gosh, Cameron's on right now. Good one. Did you just come up and smoke it?
Just came up and crushed it.
Oh my gosh, dude, this is gonna be a big one. Oh, 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 he's freaking out. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, dude. He's just losing his mind down there. Oh my gosh. The suspense. Oh, there we go, we got him. Dude, that's a tall one right there.
Right on.
Right on cue. Just getting rolling. Look at that thing right there. That's
nice
probably
fish.
That's probably your 14. Just a real tall one right there. Just smoked that jig. Man, crushed it. Did he just fly up?
Yeah, came up fast and hit it. Yeah, hit it hard.
Pretty simple, really. And we'll talk a lot about how we're targeting these fish, where we're catching them, and all that kind of stuff.
Let him go.
Man, is that a good one right there. And in shallow water, they fight hard. They just do that ring around the rosy down there around your hole. And attempt to tangle your flasher up. Most of the time I would not lose my mind over crappies like that, but when you have the potential to catch 15, 16 inchers, it's a little different than catching your average 9 to 10 incher.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, so when we're looking for a lot of these shallow water fish, kind of the number one notorious system that will have this very shallow water bite is very large, deep, clear bodies of water, right? A lot of your more stained, slightly shallower lakes are notorious for having these basin bites, or these bites that happen in some of the deeper depths of the lake, right? Well, a lot of these very deep, clear systems with a lot of water that's like 40, 50 feet or more, these fish a lot of times relate to these huge shallow weed flats, which is exactly what we're in today. And a lot of times what you're looking for is areas that are, most of the time these spots will be very big. They might be big bays on the north end of a lake, or they might be very big flats that come off. Very slow, gradual areas, or big pieces of structure that have a lot of weeds on them, right? And a lot of times we're looking for good cabbage, and we're looking for good milfoil or coontail. Generally, those are the thickest kind of weeds, and what you really look for a lot is weeds that are like almost to the surface under the ice, right? And a lot of these depths of, let's say, you know, 13 feet to like 5 feet, right? And a lot of times those fish will be on the edge of that very, very thick stuff. And that's kind of what we're doing today. So, you know, if you pick one of your deep, clear, natural bodies of water, you know, and you see this huge, you know, this huge shallow portion on the north end or on some side of that lake, and then very deep structure around the rest of the lake, a lot of times that area is a good bet to start out. Number one, looking for those weeds, and then number two, looking for those fish.
Okay. Hooked up. Hooked up. Oh, this might be a nice one. Oh, don't get tangled. Don't get tangled. Oh, snap. That's a nice one. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Holy. You got a snap. Sorry. Babe!
What?
I got a monster! Holy crap, this is as big as my face! Babe! I just pulled this sucker out. This is the biggest crappie I've ever caught in my life. Tom was not lying. He told me that there were some monsters in here. I didn't believe him. Holy crap, like this is as big as my face.
Good work, baby. It's a tank.
Yes.
Was it fun? Did he fight hard?
He did, but it was short and I was scared it was getting tangled, so I got it done.
Pull it away from, here it comes. Hooked up, oh my gosh. This is a crop dog, oh yeah. Look at that right there. That is what I'm talking about. Another stud crappie up shallow in the bay. Absolutely flew up and smoked it. Little tungsten jig, little plastic. Boom. Too awesome right there. That is what I'm talking about. Man, when these fish are all fired up in the morning, they are hot and ready to bite, that's for sure. Look at that. Too awesome. Let's let that guy go.
Oh.
Going? Oh, dude. He's on. Camera's hooked up.
It's a little guy, I think.
Is it? I don't think it's that little, dude. I think you've got a good one. Oh, yeah. Nice crappie. Nice crappie right there. That is what we're after. Not a giant. Almost got away. But a nice one up in the weeds. And you guys can hear us talking. It's nothing. And then
Yeah, not a bad one at all.
It's probably 12-incher right there. But yeah, it's kind of just nothing. And then all of a sudden you'll mark one. It's just zoom, dunk, right up to your bait. Boom,
That's
fish
fast.
on.
Get them back down there, see if we can get a few more.
Heck yeah, catching fish. When we're fishing for these fish, one big thing to keep in mind is that when you go hole to hole, and you know, a lot of times when you're fishing these basin crappies, all you do is drop that transducer down the hole and you can see right away what's down there for fish, right? And if you don't mark them, you go to the next one. This kind of fishing, you have to fish to see if there's fish there. What I mean by that is, you're not gonna drop that thing down a hole and see a stack of 15 fish, right? You might see a fish or two fish or no fish like we are today. And what you need to do is obviously drop the puck down, start fishing, drop your jig down, keep it off bottom a little ways, and see what comes in, right? Because these are not fish that there's going to be 15 fish stacked right here. There's going to be 15 fish scattered throughout this weed edge, right? And that's kind of what you got to find. So a lot of times, it's not a lot of this sitting in one spot and just constantly marking fish. You might sit here for, you know, 10 minutes, mark a fish, mark two fish, catch one, catch two. You know, 15 minutes might go by, you might catch three. And a lot of times, you know, this is how these bodies of water fish. So a lot of times I might have like Shelby or Cameron fishing in the shack, and I might be out hole hopping around and just kind of scouting and seeing what's around and picking up a fish here, 2 over here, 1 over here. A lot of times you can kind of dial in on that sweet spot or that weed edge that they have more of a likelihood to kind of run through, and you can kind of move the shack over there and camp them out. But for the most part, it is a lot of hole hopping around to really find these fish. We haven't done a lot of hole hopping because I've already done that, and I already know that this right here where the shack is has kind of been the sweet spot. So that's kind of how we approach those areas. And just like anytime you're crappie fishing, drilling a ton of holes and being very mobile and fishing through them to find them is always the key. Oh, we got a dead stick loaded up. Got him on. Feels crappie-ish. Oh yeah, another nice one there. Look at that. Maximizing those lines. All I have here is just a flimsy rod, crappie minnow, split shot. Oh, look at that right there. Studs, crappies. A lot of times doing this kind of shallow water presentation, cover it as much water you can, absolutely key. And all I'm doing is really setting that thing up in a rod holder and loose drag, and just kind of letting the crappie minnow do the work. And most of the time what happens, those fish just kind of load that tip, and then you'll just kind of see that from afar, and then you'll start pulling drag in the rod holder. But too easy. Additional line, why not use it?
Got one. Oh god. Almost lost that boy. I got a crop. Yeah, I got a crop. Now it's small, much smaller than that last one I caught, but still got a crop. We'll let him go. They just come out of nowhere.
Hooked up, fish on. Feels like a good one. Oh yeah, look at that guy right there. That is a horse, dude. That is what I'm talking about. That is for sure about a 12.5. Just vapor trailed up at me. Little tungsten jig. Look at that guy. That's what I'm talking about. So cool fishing them up shallow. They fight so hard and move so quick on a bait. Too awesome right there. Let's let that guy go. All I'm doing here is just kind of hole hopping around as Shelby's at the shack. Alright, that is going to do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this one. I wasn't even sure if I was going to make it into a video, but as long as we've been out here catching fish, I figured we might as well, right? So hopefully it was beneficial for you guys. You know, keep these things in mind if you're going to a new body of water, and it kind of fits the description I talked about, to definitely give the weeds a shot. A lot of times it's some of the bigger fish that we get, bigger crappie bites we get on every year are in the weeds and up shallow in lakes that not a lot of people actually fish for crappies. So kind of keep that in mind. But good time out in the ice as always. I'm going to start breaking this stuff down, and me and Shelby are going to do something else for the rest of the day, and hopefully catch some even bigger fish. But please subscribe to this channel if you're not already. It helps me out a lot, and hopefully this channel helps you guys out a lot. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more content, because we are on the ice every single day, filming and hopefully catching fish. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more content. We'll see you next time.